This is the interior by GamerDesigns and PoorBoy Modding. There's 176 megabytes to download, and the description says, "Welcome to the interior. A small town is hidden away in the mountains, surrounded by endless hills of forest. It is a standard size map that is set up for all your forestry needs, but also includes some farming too. And the features 50 tracts of land that is buyable, 4 different species of trees, 4 fields, a small town going down the centre of map, and many custom textures and places for you to explore." And then they've put at the bottom, "We recommend the Platinum Expansion DLC for the maximum forestry experience." And they would also like to say thank you to all the modders that have made this map possible since Farming Sim 17. There's been a massive project touched by many. So let's go and check it out. And here we are. This is where you start off in all 3 modes, and this is the map. So as it says, it is a forestry map, so quite a lot of trees on here. There is 4 fields, and in new farmer mode we do start off owning these 2 fields. I am in new farmer mode. We are actually here. Now there is 2 farmhouses with sleep triggers on here, literally across the road from each other. So if you're playing with someone else, multiplayer or something, there's 2 houses, sleep triggers already, which is pretty cool. But in new farmer mode, this is what we start off with. We've got 2 plots, plot 11, plot 12. Now plot 12 takes in the farmhouse. There's also a shed here, which you'll see in a second. We do have some liquid solid fertilizer tanks, a Karma 16, and a water tank there. Those 2 fields as well. And then plot 11, we've got the other farmhouse, a chicken coop, and there's some sale points with the shop and things like that. There is a fuel point down here as well, which obviously we will check out in a second as we go. In terms of the other plots of land, to be fair, it's not too pricey when you consider the amount of trees you're going to be getting on some plots. I think 23 here is the biggest plot, 466,000, so not too bad. If you go to some of these plots like that, as you can see, there's not so many trees on here, so it's a lot cheaper. 185 grand. We've got plots like that, plot 10, 41 grand, 146 like so. Down here 104, 78 grand. I'll talk about this plot when we get down there. There is a few areas like plot 10, for instance, what I've just clicked on. I've got these zones here. I will show you that one. Basically, it's kind of like a 90% of it is flat, but it's like a placeable area. So you could always buy this plot, build a little farm or whatever, whatever you want to do, or put down some more productions, because there isn't a lot of places to sell things, which I will cover in a second as well. But there we go, that is the map. So yeah, only a couple of productions on here really, a couple of custom ones though, which we'll talk about. Now I have found a few issues already on the map, so I think it is definitely going to need an update. A couple of them may be user error, so it could be something I'm doing wrong or haven't spotted or sussed out, but I did do a little bit of testing on some of the things, and I'll cover that when we get to them. Scrolling through here, we have got 100 collectibles. I'm assuming they are going to be the wooden toys. I didn't actually see any going around, but I wasn't really looking for them. Now, productions, we do start off owning. This is the first little issue that springs up. 3 carpentries. There is actually only 1 on the map, and I think a few things on here have been duplicated, and you'll see what I mean in a second. So that is showing 3 carpentries, but there is only 1 building on the map, but we'll cover all that in a second. We also start off with a medium greenhouse, which isn't really on our farm. It's in the middle of the other 2 fields that we don't own, to be honest. There is contracts available on the other fields, so if you come on in Farm Manager and start from scratch, you don't start off with any land, so you'll get contracts on the 2 fields that we own in new farmer mode. Animals, we haven't got any yet, but it is showing the chicken pasture there because obviously it is on our land. There is all our equipment, all brand new, all 100%, which is nice. Now, prices. This is where things get a little bit iffy. So if we carry on scrolling down, we've got a main sell point, which is the sinkhole selling station. And I like that. That's pretty cool what they've done. And there is some really nice features on this map, some really cool ideas, quirky things, which again I will point out as we go around. So I like the map, it just needs a little bit of an update, that's all, which is fine with me. Nowhere to sell cotton, but again not a problem. This is the first thing I thought was odd. We start off with a chicken pasture, but there is nowhere to sell eggs. But again, not a massive problem. We've got plenty of mods and sell points. If you put a sell anything sell point down, you got all bases covered pretty much. Nowhere to sell wool. A lot of your standard base game productions, like flour, bread, cake, nowhere to sell any of that. But again, not a problem. But I just thought you might have been able to sell it somewhere. But scrolling down, we'll get right down to the bottom. We've got a couple of extra things added in. So underneath stones, we have got coal, dirt, gravel, and kiln dried. And that's kiln dried boards or planks, which you'll see in a second as well. Now the coal, you can get these top 3 here, coal, dirt and gravel, via one of the custom productions, which again we'll cover in a second, but you can also get it for free at the old mine shaft. So basically you can go and fill up there for free, and if you look up there, we can sell coal for over £700, euros or dollars straight away, so you're getting free money really. Dirt's not as pricey as the coal. Gravel's a little bit better, but it's not as good as coal either. And another odd thing, the kiln dried planks, once you've produced them, nowhere to sell them. So again, very odd, but we'll cover all that as we go. Crop calendar is standard as far as I can see. So that is that bit. We'll go through slot counts and mods. To be fair, mods, there was only 2 that I could see. If we go down to farmhouses, it is actually this garage here, farm garage, that is actually under farmhouses. So there it is, like so. And the only other one I spotted was in productions and factories all the way to the end. We've got this stone crusher building, which if you look at the symbols on the right, if you put in diesel, stones and water, you can get lime, your coal, dirt and gravel out. So I will add in a bit of money, we'll buy some of these productions just so you can see as we go round. So that is it for modded in things. In painting textures, we've got animal mud, asphalt, concrete, dirt, forest ground, grass, gravel, rock and granite. And I don't think there was anything on trees or plants either, so pretty straightforward. We'll do slot counts now while we're here for new farmer mode. So new farmer mode slot count is 906, and you start off with this equipment. Small tractors, we've got the voucher N175 Direct, Russell Mash Harvester. In forestry machines, we've got some nice equipment. We've got the Komatsu tree harvester, we've got the forwarder, and then we've got a big MAN truck to transport your logs as well. You can obviously transport them with this guy as well. In cars, we've got the 86 Lizard pickup and a Mahindra retriever. Trailers, we've got the Valga trailer. Now, if we watch the scrolling along symbols, that trailer will hold the coal, dirt and gravel as well, which is cool, and any buckets and things like that will as well. Header for your harvester, we've got a cultivator, a power harrow, a seeder. In forestry equipment, we've got a trowel transport thing for your logs with a crane on, stump grinder, front loader with the log fort attachment, and then we've got that Bachmann trailer as well. So that is the slot count on new farmer mode. Now if you sell off all that equipment, you can get it down to 749, but obviously you can get slot count down further by selling some of these buildings, your Karma 16s and water tanks and things like that. You can sell chicken pasture, the other farmhouse over there we can sell, things like that. So you can drop it down even further if you wish to. Farm manager and start from scratch. The slot count is 709. And like I say, you come on here, you don't start off with no land or equipment. And if you come here, that farm garage isn't here, and neither is this farmhouse. Everything else is on. The tanks and water tank things are still there. That farmhouse and chicken pasture is still there, but these two buildings here are not there. And we still do start off owning the greenhouse and the carpentry, but for some reason in farm manager and start from scratch it's only showing 2 carpentries instead of 3, so it's a little bit here and there, but there we go. Right, I think that is it for that. So here we have a sleep trigger, like so. We've got our equipment, we've got this garage here, equipment down here. Now we do have equipment in other parts of the map. So down by the shop here we've got our trailer, and then right up the top here we've got our big forestry machines, like so. Now what I think I will do is we'll travel up. I'm going to check out everything on the right hand side. We'll go all the way up to this sell point, and then we'll come down and work our way through these bits, and then we'll come all the way down here. We've got a sawmill down here. There's actually 2 on the map really. The other one is here. So we've got an interior one and then an old sawmill. But this sawmill here, you have to get it to it from this track. So it's a little bit of a trek round like that by the fuel station. But when we get down here, we're just going to swim across the river to it, which will be a bit wet, but hey ho. Right, I think that's it. Let's get cracking. Oh, I'm going to add in some money actually. I'll do that quickly now. Right, that should be enough for what we want. So we're already hooked up to the trailer. That's got them hinge on, so we'll drop that. Like I say, we'll come back down that side and we'll check out the chickens there. But just up here, as you can see, we've got all those refills, so I'm going to stop there. I do like all the old decoration that's scattered around the farm on the map, which is pretty cool. So first of all, if we come up to this, look at the field info. That is showing 2 liquid fertilizer tanks. So if you're not familiar with these guys, you can fill these up to a maximum of 173,500 litres. You can put as little as 1 litre in there. Obviously it's going to cost you, and then you can fill up from there. We've got a solid fertilizer one here. This doesn't hold as much, but it's the same sort of scenario. But again, that's showing 2. We've got a Karma 16 here. This is going to be for seeds and mineral feed. Again, showing 2. And then we've got a water tank there. Now that's going to charge you for taking water out, but there is a couple of points of water. There's one there. I think there's one up here somewhere where you could probably get water out for free. I didn't test it. And again, we've got this area here as well. Now what I'm going to do is show you this first, because it's showing 2 of those guys. If I click on that, I can sell that. It will pay us 22,250, like so. And there's still one there. Now if I come up to that, it is still only showing 1 now, or not still, it is only showing 1, but we can still use it, which is awesome. Now if we were to do that again and sell that, it's going to get rid of it, so like so. And again with that one, if we come up, we can get rid of 1, we will get paid for it, and then it's now only showing 1, like so. And there is a couple of things like that on the map. The carpentries like that, and what else was... oh, there's a shed just down by the shop which I'll show you, and again I'll talk about, because it's slightly different if you come on in Farm Manager and start from scratch. So this is our greenhouse, so like I say, right out here in amongst these two fields that we don't own. So again, a little bit strange it's there, but this is your standard greenhouse. Tomatoes, lettuce or strawberries, but we are showing that we own it. It is only one of them. You can sell it, and if I do sell it, it will go. So if you're not wanting that there, you can get rid of that if you wish to. Get a little bit of money back in. Oh, I'm going to show you this area first. This is the sort of placeable area that I talked about. And here it is. So pretty flat, most of it. So if you were to buy this plot of land, you could put whatever you want down up here. We've got another track climbing up there. There's some quite steep places on this map. And that's something else I want to point out actually. That's just reminded me, some of these tree textures are a little bit odd. So if you can just make out the trees in the distance, they look like they're a kind of more lighter brown and slightly different texture to the ones we've got right here. Now if I go towards them, they then disappear. So I don't know if it's been done to simulate that there's actually more trees than there is on the map, or if that is a little sort of bug, I'm not sure. But anyway, let's move on. So a bit of water there, as you can see. There's our big forestry equipment up here. Now we need to take this track here. I've got another little bit of water there, look. Whoa, and quite a big bump there by the looks of it. Now right up the end here, this is the sinkhole selling station. I quite like this. So you come here to tip in, and then you got all that down there. I don't know why, it just reminds me of something out of Star Wars, I think, when he falls into the pit. I don't know, me being a bit weird I guess. Right, let's spin around and we're going to start working our way back down the map now to the bottom. I won't go out into the forestry areas because it's just going to be a load of trees. It gives you something to explore as well. So in here, like I say, there's our big forestry equipment. We've got our first sort of custom production, and this is the stone crusher, as it says up there. Now we can buy this for 80 grand, and if I buy it, it says material production. So your recipe is going to be stones, diesel and water, and then you can get out all of those products. So it's not going to be a different recipe for each product. You're going to get all of those coming out if you put the right ingredients in. So coal, dirt, gravel and lime. So dirt is going to be your most amount coming out, and lime is going to be your least. So tip in there your products, and then you're going to collect them around the back here, because obviously they are things that will fit into trailers. Not going to be any pallets or anything like that. And then coming down into this massive area, this is part of the interior sawmill. This is quite a big area. So just here is where you'll sell your wood. And then if I drive a bit further down, we've got the place to buy it, 100 grand for this. Now if I click on that, I'll turn those off. You can make planks out of wood, but you do need to put wood and coal in. It also says there, this is the bit I didn't quite understand, it says wood and wood beams, but next to wood it's got the wood chip symbol, and then it's got the wood chip symbol again, and it says wood and planks in brackets. Now those two are exactly the same ingredients, wood and coal in, and you get 500 wood chips out. So I'm not quite sure what's going on there. But what I did, I put in some wood, put in some coal, slept through the night. I did get some planks appear. I'll show you where they appear. And did have quite a few wood chips. So I think these two bottom recipes are purely just wood chips. But it's just a bit odd that they're exactly the same recipes. There's nothing different about them. But anyway, that's where you'll put the wood in over there. Your wood chips you are going to get out under here. Make sure you drive through this way and not be an idiot like me and try and squeeze through there, because the trailer doesn't fit. Round this side, just here at this zone, this is where you're going to tip your coal in, and then the planks spawned for me. So like I say, it's quite a big area just here. So that's where I got planks from. If I go up into landscaping mode, it kind of looks like it's all the same building or area, but this is actually a different production, this area here, which we'll cover in a second. I'm going to grab the pickup again and drive down. But yeah, that's all part of your interior sawmill. So that's where your ins and outs are. Now the next production, which is just over here, I had a little bit of issue with, and this was the thing that I was on about, could be user error. Now this is called the drying station. So this is where you will bring planks and get the kiln dried. Basically it dries the timber out, get the kiln dried timber. So you can buy this for 100 grand. We will do that, and as you can see, planks kiln dried. Now it's like for like, 1,000 in, 1,000 out. But like I said earlier, there's nowhere to sell these kiln dried planks. I'm assuming they will spawn here. But if we run round this side, I was expecting this. There's two of these triggers. I was expecting you to sell, or not sell, but you know, put in the planks here. There's a symbol here, but even with the help menu on, you come up to that, nothing appears. So nothing like sell wood or sell planks or anything like that. I pushed the planks into there, nothing happened, couldn't do anything there. I went all through here, I just could not find any trigger anywhere to put in the planks. So maybe I have missed a trick, I don't know. Could have been me. But as you can see, we are picking up the interior sawmill on the field info, even right over here. But there you go. These boxes, or whatever they are, they do not have any collisions on. So yeah, if anyone's sussed out that planks in, kiln dried timber out, please let me know. There's our two fields just there. We do have a gate up in that corner we just passed, so you can gain access to those fields here. And there's also a gate over there by the animal dealer, which we will visit. Again, cool junk scattered around the yard. I'll go up this way first. Tracks leading off up into the forest again. I like that. So we'll spin round, and yeah, we've got gates here, look, leading into our field. Got grass growing in there. Animal dealer just here, so it's going to show up our chicken pasture. And then if we go down here, talking of chicken pasture, we have it here. It's just a base game one, so it will hold 30 chickens. Your feed trough is there somewhere, it's a little bit overgrown. There's your dialogue box, 30 chickens. And again with the eggs, where is it? About here somewhere. If I do this, actually might help, just so you can see that I'm not making up. There we go. And then your feed troughs there. So you will get eggs from there. Obviously nowhere to sell our eggs. Sleep trigger is just there for that farmhouse. Right, out of there we're going to head on down now, working our way through. Nice little church there, look, with parking area, a cool little sign, get together place. Just over here we've got the debris crusher for selling your stones. And then in here there's our trailer. We've got our shop. This is also your reset point, roughly around here. We do have a workshop trigger, so if you pull up roughly where the pickup is, look, and then we've got a shop menu just there, like so. We've got the fire station just there. Oh, I forgot to show you this shed. Now, watch this. When I said about duplications on here, if I open this shed, look, you can see roughly there's movement. So there's 2 sheds there. It won't let me open them again. It will shut that one. Now on Farm Manager and Start from Scratch, even though you don't own this plot of land like we do now, it still will let you open and use this shed, but there's not a duplication there. So once you open it like that, it just opens normal. So there's only 1 shed there, Farm Manager and Start from Scratch. And again, if I click on that and sell that, that goes, and now we have got a proper working shed. So it's a bit random. I'm sure they will sort it out. This is the town area they talk about. We've got the laundromat there. We've got the biomass heating plant just here, selling a few products. Just here we do have a fuel tank which we can fill up, but again, look, showing 2 there, so you'll have to sell one of them off. But we can fill this up and then get out there, if that's going to work out cheaper than buying fuel from behind there, because there is an actual proper fuel station there, look. And here is our carpentry. So if I click on that, it will bring one up, but like I say, we've got 3. So again, if I do this, I can get rid of one, gives us 30 grand, we'll get rid of another, made 60 grand there, and we still have a carpentry. So you can make some decent money by selling off things that you don't need. Yeah, fuel station just there. Now that track there is the one that will take you all the way down. It winds all the way along the top there, and it will take you down to the old sawmill. Oh, we've got the police there, look, watching. Really like this bridge here as well. It's pretty cool. You get people walking along down this side as well. I like that. Nicely done. There we go, look, there's someone walking there. Awesome, good timing. And then I really like the idea of this hidden away in the side here. This is the old mine shaft. It does show on the map as being a production symbol, but it's not, it's just a buy point. So yeah, if you come here you can buy, well, it's not, you don't buy it, it's free, isn't it? You can get stones, coal, dirt and gravel from there, which is good. Now I did come in here with a wheel loader and bucket on. I got the, in the help menu, start filling. I clicked start filling and it put a massive pile here of coal, and it just kept coming out, and I had to click stop refilling. I thought, oh, that's a bit weird. So I tried scooping it up with the bucket on the wheel loader and it wouldn't let me pick it up. So then when I grabbed our tractor and trailer, came down here, pulled in, got the start filling appear in the help menu, click that, and it did fill the trailer up. So it looks like the bucket wasn't sort of registering, I don't know. Again, I might have been too close or something like that, but there we go. Right, I really like this cliff face here as well. It's quite a nice area, this. Another thing I noticed as well, just underneath this barge, there's a little cell symbol there. Can you see it? I thought that was a bit random, just down there. Because down the bottom we do have a sell station for the barge, and that is round here though, which is just here. So there's a sell point there for the barge tip in there. That will take a few things. Now this big pile here, this is wood chips, but you need to own this plot of land to be able to scoop them up. So you could scoop them up, sell them there, and you know, make a ton of money. I did try scooping these up and taking them over to this barge here, because in this barge there is wood chips in there. So I thought, oh, with that sell point under there, maybe you drive up here, and I tipped in with the wheel loader, but I didn't get paid any money for it, so I don't think you do that. Right, we're going to head a little bit back up. I'm going to swim across the river to the old sawmill, and we will end the tour there, I think. And if you try and drive in the water, you will lose your vehicle just like that. But this is fairly cool. I love that, with the old wheel going round. But we should be able to jump up. And this is quite a nice setup here. I like this. Pretty cool. This is pretty easy to understand. So pull up there, sell your wood via there. You got wood chips coming out there, and then any produce you produce just there. But did have a little bit of a issue here as well, so we'll buy that. Now this says again wood and wood beam in brackets, but it's got the wood chip symbol there. So look at the recipe as well, putting wood in and you're getting 0.5 wood chips out. So I did chuck a tree in there, which equated to about 10,000 litres, and all I got was some wood chips out. But it was like I skipped forward through the night, and I only got about 254, I think it was, wood chips in there. So I just cut a tree down up there and it fell in, and I pushed it in with the wheel loader, but I didn't get any planks or anything over here. So I'm not sure why that is there if you're only getting wood chips out. But that, ladies and gentlemen, is the tour. So sorry for waffling on a little bit, but I like to try and give you as much info as I can. But I think it definitely needs an update, but I do like the map. It's got some pretty cool ideas. So we started off here, we came up all the way up into here, and then we worked our way back down through all of this, like so, here, down into there where the barge is, and then I swam across like a silly idiot and lost the pickup. But there we go, that is the map. That's the interior by GamerDesigns and PoorBoy Modding. Hope you have all enjoyed the tour. If you have, please hit that like button. If you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing, that would be fantastic. And don't forget to smash the bell so you don't miss any future videos of mine. I've been FarmSim Snowy. Stay frosty.